James Bond was once seen as a quintessential, timeless expression of Englishness. Now, just like virtually every other successful franchise, he's been redeployed and weaponized as another banal water carrier for the message. The latest James Bond novel, which at some point, God forbid, will probably be turned into a movie, utilises 007 as a kind of woke crusader, taking on the evils of the so-called far right and those who refuse to accept the wondrous benefits of diversity and mass migration. On His Majesty's Secret Service was actually released back in May, but Twitter users have just noticed that the plot sounds like it was written by James O'Brien or Owen Jones. From a review of the book, we learn that the supervillains Bond is now fighting aren't the heads of global criminal organisations or foreign dictators, but right-wing populists and their followers, British nationalists and patriots. Basically, they've replaced Blofeld and Dr. No with caricatures of Nigel Farage and Jacob Rees-Mogg. The top supervillain in the book, Ethelstan of Wessex, wants to depose King Charles the Woke and combat what he sees as a foreign international elite trying to turn Britain into another globalist outpost. So basically, Bond is recast as courageously defending the interests of the metropolitan liberal elite against scruffy rabble-rousing Brits who think the country has changed for the worse. The book directly lambasts Hungary's Viktor Orban, Donald Trump and Marine Le Pen, while also pouring scorn on those who draw attention to the rapid demographic changes that are manifestly provably occurring across Europe. Bond has to infiltrate the dangerous right-wingers and stop them from making their countries great again. I look forward to James Bond in You Only Vote Twice, in which he stops a nefarious plot to disrupt a Brexit referendum rerun. Does the English nationalist supervillain quote Jordan Peterson, because that would fill out my bingo card? The review notes that original Bond author Ian Fleming would have probably despised the plot. Apparently there's an original Fleming novel where Bond in the 50s bemoans that the Conservatives aren't conservative anymore. That faint noise you can hear is the sound of Ian Fleming corkscrewing his way to the Earth's core. I suppose this is what happens when you put the creative direction of Bond in the hands of a left-wing comedian.
Stop getting Bond wrong!
To paraphrase George Orwell, every book has been rewritten. Everything is going to be like this for the rest of our lives. Presumably it will only be a few years before this plot hits the big screen, with 007 courageously shutting down bigots who think that diversity might not always be a strength, and Bond battling malevolent extremists who think that female toilets should only be used by females. Get early access to videos, exclusive live streams, and personally DM me. You've seen how much I get demonetized all the time. Well, this is how you support me. By subscribing at pauljosephwatson.locals.com. Please click the link in the description.